Hey everyone, welcome to DKFC. We're talking Euros 2016. In particular, we're talking the games for Thursday, June 16th. Joining me, Darren Anderton, who has played in the Euros and the World Cup and played for the Spurs. These guys have not. Tyrone Atkins, Andy Davies joining me as well. Guys, we're talking 8-man lineups. DraftKings is all about putting together your 8-man lineup, $50,000. Who are you choosing? England is playing Wales in this match. Are you going all England, or are you going to choose some other players? I'm going to ask these guys, who do they have in goal? Who's their defenders? Who's their midfielders? Who's their forward? And who's their one utility player? Let's start off with Andy, who notoriously hates goalkeepers. He hates goalkeepers and defenders, Darren, okay. So get into it. Who do you got in goal to start off with?
Manuel Neuer.
All right.
I don't hate them that much this week. What I've learned in the Euros so far is that if you pick a rubbish goalkeeper, you're not going to get away with it like you do in the Premier League. So I'm picking the best goalkeeper in the world, Manuel Neuer. I think Poland are gonna give him stuff to do, but he'll do enough. And yeah, I've gone big, gone for the most expensive goalkeeper in the tournament, I believe.
All right, Tyrone, who do you got in your goal?
I've gone for the opposite number. I've gone for Szczesny.
Oh!
No, because I'm using common sense, Andy. He's going to have his hands full. And I'm hoping that he saves more than he lets in, because obviously you get points for saves in DraftKings. And he is going to be busy. He is going to be busy.
You get points taken off for goals conceded. Well, put his back out, this fella.
I think Germany won't score any more than 1 or 2. So there we are. I think, but nonetheless, it'll make, I don't know, let's say 20 saves and he'll get like 20 odd points.
In fairness, I thought of Szczesny, but I just couldn't. I'd picked number 12 last week. As a Spurs fan, I can't bring it to. I just can't do it.
How much did Neuer cost you?
5.5.
Right. Well, Szczesny cost me 4.4.
There'll be a reason.
Oh, that's what DraftKings thing. Darren, who do you got in your goal?
Joe Hart.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm expecting a clean sheet tomorrow.
Nice.
Whenever he's needed, he'll do his job. It's a good start for England. Get the tournament going. He's a good goalie. I think he's a great goalie. You know, people criticise him at times for mistakes, but I think he's top notch.
I like his shampoo commercials too.
I'm not sure about that.
Yeah.
How much longer can he do though?
Oh, he's head and shoulders above the rest.
Looking a bit thinning,
isn't it?
Spinning out.
It's not really a good advert for head and shoulders, is it? The more he uses it, the less hair.
Well, maybe Rooney will book him an appointment at Harley Street and get it all done up.
He'll be hanging out with Graham Gooch, wouldn't he?
All right, Andy, you notoriously hate defenders as well. Who are the defenders that you don't hate this week?
I've found a couple of bargains.
All right.
Yeah, I've gone cheap, but I've got. You'll see why I've gone cheap later on in my team. But I've gone for Shkodran Mustafi of Germany, 3,500. He played centre half. I mean, he got a lot of points last week because he scored. But I'm expecting Germany to keep a clean sheet-ish against Poland. So, yeah, he's on the cheap side. But I think his price is only that low because no one really knew about him before the tournament. So. As long as Hummels stays injured, his price will probably rise as we go along. Alongside him, I've gone for Vyacheslav Shevchuk of the Ukraine. The Ukraine have got to go for it against Northern Ireland, and yeah, he's got a decent foot to get some crosses in. I think it's going to score me plenty of points against the Irish.
Darren, how about yourself? Who are your defenders?
I went for Hummels and Boateng, hoping that Hummels is fit to play. I just think their top players play together. I would hope that they'll get the clean sheet, and I think one of those two will score a goal as well from a set play, which would be nice. So that's who I've gone for.
That's a big, bold prediction. That's good. That's good. Tyrone, who do you got in your defenders?
I've gone for a Welshman.
Oh.
Yes, I've gone for Neil Taylor. He's a fullback. He made a little bit of ground against Slovakia the other day. And of course, again, another way of scoring points is dribbling and getting balls in. And Neil Taylor is probably not going to do that, if I'm really honest. But he did. He cost me only 3.8 thousand, so it was quite cheap. And he did manage to get around 5 points in that last game. So yeah, budget call there. And I've also gone for, I had to get Chelsea play in, didn't I? So I've got Gary Cahill, a player who is capable of scoring goals. He's proven it before for club and country. And it's the kind of game that, yeah, as long as Harry Kane isn't taking the corners this time, because what was that about?
I don't know. I bet he does again, though.
No, I don't know. It's not.
Ridiculous.
It's silly.
Why do you think they were putting him in for that?
I have no idea, but if I was a winger playing, I would think that's a real knock at you. Well, you know, your winger, supposed to, Sterling, Lallana, they should have quality.
Yeah.
And they're not taking corners.
You think deep down he doesn't want to do it, surely?
No,
he wants to be at the end of
Yeah.
it. Yeah. I mean, he doesn't take the corners for Spurs, does he?
No. Admittedly, at Tottenham, he doesn't really do much at corners either. He doesn't.
No.
I think he's only scored one goal from a corner that last season. That was with his feet.
Oh, blimey.
So there is sort of, I don't know.
Oh, so there's an argument there that he's no good in
There is an argument that he's no good at
right.
corners, but again, you still want him at least on the edge of the box.
Well,
don't
when
you?
the
Do you
ball
know what I mean?
bounces in and around,
Yeah.
where do you want him? Do you want him to take the corner or do you want him in the box?
Indeed.
It's ridiculous.
I think Eric Dyer should take him.
Yeah. Anyone but him.
Goal.
And hopefully, Gary Cahill, who I picked, will be at the end of them. He's my second defender. He'll probably end up taking them, yeah. But he only cost 3,000, so he's really cheap. And I thought he played rather well the other day, and we need him in England because we're a bit slight in the old centre back. So there we go. He's in my team budget.
All right, so let's go to the midfield there. Darren, who do you have your midfield, or do we lock it up with England players, or who do we have?
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
Dele Alli, Lallana, for me. I think we need big games from those two tomorrow against Wales because it's going to be tight, but they're going to have to get on the ball as much as you can and make things happen in that final third. So fingers crossed they'll do the business. They both had great seasons, both playing with loads of confidence. And this is a great game to.
How did you find that they played against Russia in the game one?
I thought they played well. Lallana, especially the first half, both very much involved in the game. Lallana especially had a couple of half chances. That's the one thing that is aimed at Adam sometimes is that doesn't score enough goals. Needs to add that to his game. So let's hope it starts tomorrow.
All right, Tyrone, midfield. Who do you got?
Oh, I've gone for Dele Alli as well, just like Darren. I think this is the game he comes into fruition. I think this is his shining moment. He's playing against a Wales team that I think he's too good for. And so this will be the game. Hopefully, Rooney will leave some room for him. He'll come through and he's going to make a real statement. I've just got my spidey senses tingling on this one. I think he's going to have an absolute blinder. Not cheap. He's 6.8 thousand, but I think he's a thoroughbred. He's going to have a good game. Next to him, I've gone for Tommy Cruz, a player I pick quite regularly. I'm sure Andy can tell you in our Champions League adventures. But for good reason.
Oh, I pick him all the time as well.
He's bloody good. He's really, really good. And he's costs around the same. He's 6.7 thousand, real cheap. High points earner. And he even got an assist in the first game there for Germany against Croatia. So I think that's a canny pick. And I'll stand by it. Tommy Cruz next to Ali.
All right, Andy, midfield. Throw it at me.
Well, I'm not going to throw him at you.
Come on.
I went through this loads and loads and loads. I really wanted to get Eric Dyer and Dele Alli in, but I didn't end up getting either of them in. I've gone for Adam Lallana, same as you, Darren. I felt his link-up play with Kyle Walker was pretty good against the Russians, particularly in the first half. And we do need a big performance from everybody in an England shirt. I think if we beat Wales, you're going to see a lot of points from everybody. I think everyone's got to put a shift in. My other midfielder, I've never ever picked this guy before in my life, but I just felt I've got to pick him for this one. I've gone for Wayne Rooney.
Whoa!
I've gone for Wayne Rooney, 8,500. I thought he played really well against Russia. He plays really well for England. He's done really well for Roy Hodgson. He's something like 10 goals in his last 12 games for England. And people have said he shouldn't be playing in the midfield. Wayne Rooney's got to play in the England side. Roy Hodgson, he's been his captain. He's entrusted the team in Wayne Rooney. And Wayne Rooney does repay that faith. Yes, he had a terrible season for Man United last season, but he was playing under Louis van Gaal. Playing under Roy Hodgson, you see a different Wayne Rooney, and I think this is the game. Someone's got to take this game by the scruff of the neck, and for me, it's got to be Wayne Rooney. Wayne Rooney knows that, and he's still got the capabilities of doing that. He's going to have a shit game, isn't he? For all of that.
You've absolutely talked it all up nicely.
I've
absolutely tub-thumped that guy into absolute sending off in the first half, haven't I?
Joned him.
Okay, so let's go into forwards. Darren, who do you have for forwards? Is it all lined up with England?
No, I've gone with Yarmolenko.
Okay.
I think he, against Northern Ireland, has got to score goals. Be involved, make things happen for them. It's a game that they've got to go and win, and I think they will, and probably will win fairly comfortably with him being involved in it. And then also, Thomas Muller.
Okay.
Goals, work rate, effort, quality. Top player, expensive, but I think he'll be well worth it.
He's like true German player, isn't he? He's just efficient.
Yeah.
He's just really good.
Efficient, no airs or graces,
Yeah.
just does his job, works his socks off. Good finisher. Whenever he's needed, he usually delivers.
What did you think of that Schweinsteiger goal, that last one where Ozil came across? That was a pretty was a nice goal, but it was pretty much a nail in the coffin for those for Ukraine at the end at that point.
Yeah, a little bit, but it's that's what they're all about. They get the job done, don't they? Schweinsteiger, top player, isn't he? Ozil, I mean, you can go through their team, and you'd hate to play against them because they've got so much great movement. They play together now for so many years. They all know what each other are doing. They're very fluid. They're tough to play against, and for me, Thomas Müller will score goals. Will always score goals.
Forwards, Andy, who do you have?
I've gone for Gareth Bale.
No.
Oh.
I know. I don't want him to score, but he's one of those players that's just going to score points even if Wales get humped 5-0. Gareth Bale will still get double figures because he runs, he dribbles, he beats players, he shoots, and everything tends to go through him. So he's one of those players that just always scores. But the other player, inevitably, I pick him all the time. I'm with you, Thomas Müller. I don't think I've ever had an opportunity to pick Thomas Müller where I've not picked Thomas Müller. I think I did it once, and he scored a hat-trick. So, yeah, I've gone for Thomas Müller. Like you say, he's expensive, but he's worth every penny.
Tyrone, forwards.
I'm the only believer in the room, aren't I? I've gone for Harry Kane. I think Harry Kane will...
You get points for taking corners.
No, you don't. So I really hope that doesn't happen again.
That counts as a cross, doesn't it?
I think it does, actually.
You do.
Well, he's not... Listen, I don't want him...
Because in fact, Kane got a lot of points in the last game. I think it was mainly from those corners.
Oh, don't. But look, that side, I don't care, right? Kane is a goal scorer. He would have woke up on Sunday morning horrified with that performance, really. He should hold his head up. He's still a young guy. He's still, in my opinion, the best striker we've got. But he's going to want to put that right, and he will. He will put that right against Wales. They have not got... I mean, Ashley Williams aside, I mean, they haven't really got any defenders that should sort of keep him up at night. And he lets off shots for fun, and you do get points for shots. Kane's going to have a good day at the office here. He will score at least one goal, and he will get loads of shots, loads of points. Not cheap, 10.4 thousand, but yeah, it'd been insanity not to pick him, I think. Next to him, I've gone for a gamble. I've gone for Carl Lafferty.
Ooh.
Yeah, I have. I've gone for the Northern Ireland, Northern Irish hitman.
A gamble that absolutely didn't pay off for me last time.
How many points did he amass in that game?
1.5, I think.
Ooh.
Maybe 2.
Yeah, I think it was almost,
Was he 90 minutes
points
as well?
It was 120 minutes. I gave him an extra half hour. See what he could do. He was on his own, nothing else.
Half a point.
Oh, well, you know what, then he's a man with a point to prove.
Hey.
Only 20 points to prove. 5.2 thousand, he's quite cheap. Northern Ireland have to do something. They have to do something against Ukraine, and they're relying on this man. So hopefully, Cole Lafferty, he's gonna have a blinder for me. That's what I'm hoping.
All right, everyone gets one utility player as well. I'm going to ask these guys, why you're one utility player, who do you have, and one reason why you did it. So, Andy, utility, who you chose, why you chose him.
Where do you go when you've only got 3.1 thousand left? Ashley Williams. That's why I've gone for Ashley Williams.
Tyrone, utility, and who do you have?
Insane. I've got for Gareth Bale. I saved 9.7 thousand to the end to get Gareth Bale. I don't have to go into reasons. You've already laid them off. The man, Wales can get stuffed 7-0. He's still going to get 30 points because he's just got that much talent. So, yep, Gareth Bale.
Darren, who's your utility player?
Eric Dyer.
All right.
Yeah. He's going to be the man that stops Gareth Bale, and he scores goals. He makes things happen. I think he'll have a great game tonight. Confidence, obviously, sky high after scoring that super goal the other day.
Well, you heard it here. These guys have made their 8-man picks. How do you get involved? You go to DraftKings.co.uk. You put together your own 8-man roster, $50,000 budget. You could win big during the Euros. What's more fun than watching the Euros and winning? DraftKings.co.uk. Welcome to the big time.